Down there. Good. Down there. I'll be a piston.
Alright, YouTube, another day, another dollar. Actually, I won't be making any money today. It's Saturday. I did work a little bit last night till about 8 o'clock while watching The Shining, but I don't know why I started with that. Anyway, it's 5:30 in the morning. We have had some coffee. I tried a new coffee pot. I wasn't really a fan of it, so I didn't even end up finishing the coffee, unfortunately. So I am now gonna get Starbucks after cardio. I'm on my way to go do stairs. Yesterday, cardio got bumped up again. So now we are at 80 minutes of the stairmaster 6 times a week. So 60 minutes of that is fasted. It was 50. And then I got 20 post-workout. And then on rest days, it's 55 minutes fasted, 25 minutes in the evening. So 80 minutes 6 times a week. And then I still have 40 minutes of direct walking on top of that. Any other changes to the plan yesterday with coach? No, we're just gonna run another low day. Yesterday was a low day, today's a low day, and then tomorrow's another low day scheduled unless he tells me different, but today's for sure a low day. So on the way to Anytime Fitness this morning, not going to Muscle Factory, going to Anytime Fitness. Knock out our 60 minutes of stairs, and then I downloaded the Starbucks mobile app. So right when I'm, a couple minutes away from being done with the stairs, place an order for, I was looking at the menu last night. I had no idea Starbucks had espressos. So I might do like a double shot espresso, or I might just get an Americano, or just like a house black coffee. We'll see. We'll see what I'm feeling. But so I can have that with my breakfast, my egg white omelet, my 2 whole eggs, 350 grams of egg whites, handful of spinach, 2 whole eggs, 40 grams of cream of rice, and 70 grams of blueberries. That's my low day breakfast, and it's by far the best meal of the day for me. On the rest of the day, I'll probably have meal 1, like I said, have that coffee, might read a little book, have a good amount of free time this weekend, first time in a while, like I said, no work, so might read my book, might finish The Shining off, and then I'll go on my 40-minute walk, have meal 2, no carbs or fat in meal 2, it's just freaking cod and green beans. 252 grams of cod, 50 grams of green beans, and then I'd like to try to take a little nap in between meal 2 and meal 3, because after meal 3 I'm gonna go train back and biceps. I'm going to Anytime Fitness to train today, so I'm not gonna film in there. I do know the owner, but unless it's completely empty, I'm going to show him respect and just not set up the tripod and GoPro. So probably won't get the back and bicep workout today unless it's super empty, like I said. So I'll break that down real quick. We're doing 8 sets of back. So I got 3 sets of underhand pull downs. So you can do that with like normal wide grip, kind of the standard quote unquote lat pull down bar, and just do an underhand grip on that. 3 sets there. 1 set's going to be a little bit heavier, more of like 8 to 10, and then 2 sets will be like that 10 to 12. Then I'm going to move on to a cable row. 2 sets there, 10 to 15 reps on 1 set, like the back off, and then 1 will be like that kind of 8 to 10, 8 to 12. And then our 3rd and final exercise is going to be a cable machine underhand lat row. It's a chest supported underhand grip, like kind of low row. I love that exercise, whether it's on a hammer strength plate loaded or a cable machine. Just to hammer out that low lat, drill that in. Row to grow, baby, row to grow. So I'll be doing 3 sets there. Same thing, probably 1 a little heavier, 8 to 12, and then 2 of that, 12 to 15. Move on to some biceps. I have 6 sets of biceps, sorry. We're doing 3 sets of cable curls, 1 by 8 to 12, 2 by 12 to 15, and then 3 sets of preacher curl machine. 2 sets of like 10 to 12, and then I am going to finish it off with 1 drop set there and get my butt on the stairmaster for another 20 minutes, and that'll finish off the day. Come home, have my post-workout meal, and then pretty much just chill for the rest of the day. Try to just stay off my feet, because that'll be my 80 minutes of stairmaster will be done, my back and bicep workout will be done, my 40 minutes of walking will be done, and I'll be cooked. By the time that kind of 3 p.m., 4 p.m. rolls around, for sure by 5 p.m., my feet just feel like cinder blocks and bricks. Getting off the couch, go to the bathroom, all that is just a huge task. We are exactly 4 weeks out from today, which means really, we're going to pull back 7 to 10 days out on cardio and just try to reduce the inflammation and fatigue. So really, I have 3 weeks to push down. That's all I got. I hit a new prep low of 213.8. I've not seen that number in like 2 years. So we're getting down there. We still have a good amount of fat to trim off for sure. But we're getting there, man. We're definitely making progress. That's 3 days in a row with a weight drop with a new prep low. So we're moving in the right direction. Cardio's bumped up. We don't have time to just sit here and lose a little bit. I've lost 4 pounds over the last 13 days now. But we still got a good 5 pounds for sure. Ideally, I think if we could pull off like 9 pounds, that'd be awesome. So yeah, gonna keep pushing down. Like I said, gonna do some abs before the stairs per usual. I'm gonna try see if they have an ab roller to try to do that. You should train your transverse abdominis with the vacuums. You should train your actual abs with hanging leg raises, V-ups, weighted sit-ups, ab crunches with the rope, stuff like that. And then you also should just train your overall core with exercises such as planks and ab rollers. So if they don't have an ab roller, I'll be doing some planks, and then probably just some sit-ups, and then a couple vacuums. Get my ass on the stairmaster for an hour, and then head over to Starbucks. Pick up a coffee, man. I feel like that's exciting. I'm a make your coffee at home type guy. I got the Nespresso set up. I have a coffee pot as well. But today I just, looking for small things in my day that I can do to make me excited. At this point, there's not too many dopamine releases going on. So that's that. And pre-cardio drink as always. 1 scoop of electrolytes, 20 grams of glutamine, 4 ounces of aloe vera juice, ½ teaspoon of IP6, and then I take my yohimbine and my NAC fasted as well. So I will see you post cardio for Starbucks run. All right, cardio done, abs done. Did an ab roller, supersetted that with just vacuums from the knees. Stretched out my quads a little bit, and then knocked out our 60 minutes. And it was not wonderful, but it is done. My stomach is eating itself. And then we went to Starbucks, and the location, 1, would not allow me to order ahead. 2, I couldn't even scan my points. So I downloaded the app for absolutely nothing. But on that token, I picked up some goodies. I got orange and spice tea. Oh shit. have to hold you again. I do not have a good spot set up, and it is so damn bright. Orange and spice tea, and then just some organic green beans, because running low on some green beans. And then this was the haul. So I got, this is a double shot blonde espresso, and I'm not going to be drinking that right now. I'll be drinking that tomorrow morning before cardio. I want to heat that up. I'm just going to put it in the fridge, heat it up, try their blonde espresso. Apparently it's got a little more caffeine. It sounded good. And then the other thing I got is just for today, standard, just grande black coffee, Cafe Verano or something. That's all they had. It was either a decaf Cafe Verano or Cafe Verano. I know I've had the Pike's Place. I think that's like their most standard. I saw on the app sometimes they do a Guatemalan, but oh well. I got green beans, I got tea, and I got some hot coffee. And then tomorrow morning I'll try the espresso. And I went full freaking white girl. Look, I bought my own damn cup, but I didn't really realize it says 100% recycled plastic. So now not only is it purple, but I'm walking around like a hippie showing that it's 100% recycled plastic. But it's kind of a cool cup. I don't really have many like coffee cups to go. I have like the disposable ones, and then I have 2 like insulated coffee cups, but I only have 1 lid that to share, so really I only have 1 to go coffee cup. So not angry with that purchase, but I'm gonna go home and absolutely slam these 2 whole eggs, egg white omelet, spinach, cream of rice, blueberries, because my stomach is just gurgling. I just feel it just eating itself. This is my 2nd liter of water already, drinking 7 liters a day. And yeah, like I said, I'll eat that meal, go on my 40-minute walk, probably have a shower, read a book or something for a little bit, have that coffee with my breakfast obviously, and then have meal 2, take a little nap before meal 3, and go crush back. So God bless. Thank you so much for watching. 4 weeks out on the dot. I'll be stepping on stage in about 2.5 hours, and 4 weeks from now. Classic physique, doing both novice and open class D, because I'm 6'1". I'm a taller fella, which means I have some good shape. My balance is pretty solid. Conditioning is not where it needs to be. And you know, what I say, 213.8 this morning, and a good 5 pounds to lose, and I still won't be peeled to the bone. So really, I think my weight cap's 224. So, and that's at the amateur level. So I have plenty of room to grow. So like I said, I'm going to be posting these YouTube videos. The goal is every day. I think realistically 4 to 5 a week I'm going to be doing for sure. So I'm going to take you along with this whole ride of finishing out this last 4 weeks of prep, grinding, sucking down, suffering, all the way into the correct reverse diet. You know, I have a dinner planned after the show, and then I'm going to get pancakes for breakfast the following morning, and then we're right back on plan. Probably go back to a low day for a day or 2 to flush out some of that water, and reverse out of the show properly, go into a health phase, and then we're going to go into a long growth phase, a bigger off-season improvement season is what I like to call them, and really just focus on training and good high-quality nutrients to fuel that training and fuel muscle growth. You know, last off-season I got up to 263 was my highest fasted weight, and I'll probably be getting on stage under 210. So I put on way too much fat. We put on some size for sure. Like this show to last show, there is a significant difference in the amount of muscle that I'm carrying on my frame. My strength as well, but I mean, digestion was terrible at the end of the last off season. I was puking up meals multiple times a week, then trying to sit back down, eat them again. I was eating 10 ounces of meat, 10 ounces of rice, with every meal. 4 meals a day were 10 ounces of meat with 10 ounces of rice. It was 85-15 grass-fed ground beef, like organic ground beef from Costco. So like 40 grams of fat, like 50 grams of protein, 10 ounces of rice, and then 2 tablespoons of jam just to get more carbs in there, extra like 20 something carbs. I had 2 of those. I had 2 meals that were 10 ounces of turkey, 10 ounces of rice, 2 tablespoons of jam, veggies, 93.7 turkey. So again, oh, and a tablespoon of olive oil on the turkey meal. So again, I mean, I was eating 180 grams of fat a day, and I think that's what killed my digestion. Like it was moving, everything moved so slow. Breakfast was 8 whole eggs, 3 packs of oats, and a cup of blueberries. So, I mean, 8 whole eggs is what, 40 grams of fat? And then, I mean, every meal pretty much had 40 grams of fat. And then I had, so like I said, 4 meat and rice meals at 10 and 10 with jam and veggies. Then I had the whole 8 whole eggs, 3 packs of oats, and a cup of blueberries. And then I had a shake that had 3 scoops of whey and 3 tablespoons of almond butter and 2 bananas. And then I had a post-workout shake, 2 scoops of whey. And then I also was drinking, for the probiotics and help with digestion, 16 ounces of kombucha mixed with 18 ounces of pomegranate juice a day. So, I mean, protein was well over 350, something like that. Carbs were well over 500, and fat was at like 180. Calories were over 5,500. It is impossible to see right now with this glare. So digestion was so bogged down, I couldn't eat the meals. I was force feeding everything. At some point, I just felt like we were just putting on fat. You know, like I was strong, but I mean, I hurt walking up the stairs. I developed terrible sleep apnea. And now I don't even really snore at night. I just use these nose strips now and I'm good to go. I still have my CPAP, and I needed it for the first, you know, good chunk of prep as well, until I got down to about 220 pounds. But now, I mean, doing 80 minutes of stairmaster a day, 40 minutes of walking, and I'm 213.8 in the morning. My sleep apnea is gone. And I mean, my face looks so much better. So, I mean, we're gonna have to push the food to grow. Like, you're gonna have to get in an uncomfortable position. But I mean, I was also doing 3 cheat meals a week with just all you can eat sushi. I was force feeding as much sushi as I possibly could. I'd go to In-N-Out and get 2 3x1s and 2 fries. At one point I was doing 4x1s and fries. You know, I was just force feeding everything. Every single meal was awful. Puking, trying to re-eat, it was just terrible. So I think we can structure this off season a lot better. And like I said, there's gonna be a point at time in the off season where you're trying to push the food and it's uncomfortable, and I don't want to eat, you know, and you're looking at that plate of food, you know, 2.5 hours, your 2 to 3 hour time limit comes up, it's time to eat again, and you look at that plate of, you know, beef and rice, and you're like, dude, how am I gonna get this down? But I think we can also mitigate to some extent to where I'm not puking these meals up. So a little bit of an upcoming off-season food rant, but then really just dial in the training. I'm going to try to get in there with my coach, Tommy Stiles. He took over this prep at 9 weeks out, and you know, we're going to put a big emphasis on training, my training, just becoming more efficient with my movement patterns, and just be a freaking beast. Just train my ass off, grow. So I'll be trying to get in there with him, you know, once a week, once every other week at the lowest cadence. But I'm getting close to home now, and this coffee and egg whites is just, you know, you're hungry when freaking pan of egg whites sounds freaking amazing. So God bless. Please subscribe, follow along, and you have a great Saturday or whatever day you're watching this. Thanks.